So many downloads are coming in. It's been crazy with the full moon, and the sunrise this morning was pretty epic as well. My name's Deb. I like to share the human experience, help you gain confidence in yours, I'll helping ring in the collective vibrate. We're starting a new earth, right? Let's create a new collective, a new consciousness, a new paradigm, new way of being. We're going to do it together. And I want to dive into reality a little bit. Like, our human brains absolutely cannot comprehend the depth of reality. If you have spent any time in meditation, silence, stillness, hallucinogenic transcendence, altered states of consciousness, then you understand just how much we cannot understand from a human perspective. And so when we get these downloads in, it's like, without putting words to it, we can feel all the information and we can process what's happening and all the energies that are coming in, all the futures and the timelines that are integrating and changing and morphing. And it's beautiful, but it's a lot. And so to have all of that trying to come into one container, one vessel, one channel is a lot to try to narrow down the words. And that's why my channel is the way it is. That's why it is free flowing and sporadic. And I have noticed times that either before, during, after recording, that my body will be at a certain level of heat that is abnormal. And I'm starting to learn that that is from the channeling energies that come through. Yes, I'm a very knowledgeable person in the sense that I could create scripted, guided videos to tell you exactly what I want to give you in a formatted way that I think is easily digestible. However, channeling what's coming through at the moment is what's needed for the collective. So I'll save that structured information for maybe online products and courses and workshops. Maybe that's where I'll put all that information. Comment below if you have a suggestion either way. Where do you vibe at? Are those even worth it? Is this free flowing script plenty, right? Like, I'm still finding where my channel is offering the most that it can back to the collective, and have a lot of big ideas and a lot of ways within this 3D realm to make things happen. And also, I just want to make sure that I am providing value. I know I have the value, and trying to get it out there is the thing. There was a time frame where I did daily posts on Instagram because I knew I had messages and information and a story to tell. And I knew sharing and documenting my journey was going to be important. And for me, I wanted to write. And so, but it was Instagram, and Instagram isn't about writing. So I needed to include things with it. And so I would come up with things to include with the writing. And turns out all the media was what drew people in and the writing wasn't. So I wanted to really turn that writing into words. But anytime I would write and then try to repeat that back and script it, it did not come out as the same, or I would want to dive deeper into it. And then the videos got longer, and Instagram wasn't able to hold those videos. I'm pausing there because it's reminding me of what I said in the beginning about a container being big enough to hold its awesomeness, right? So Instagram, I guess I outgrew it a little bit. The little short captions and little short videos just aren't cutting it. We're here to dive deep. We're here to change the paradigm and create a new earth, right? What we see is not physical. And even though we can see it, touch it, there's a lot of things saying, I mean, everything happens inside our brain. Everything is it's received by the brain, it's transmuted by the brain. A lot of things are done with the heart as well. Like, this world is energetic, and the more you dive into the science, if you're not a spiritual person, the science is moving towards the fact moving towards the idea that we are a mechanism that is creating a projection basically onto a mirror. And in that sense, like, our eyes have something to do with that. The sun has something to do with that. Black holes have something to do with that. The infinity of what the torus and all of that has something to do with it. Like we are the micro and the macro and the inner and the outer. Like the mind is the universe and the universe is the mind. Universe, it's one verse, but yet it is all. Again, bringing it back to the beginning, how as a human brain trying to put things into words, it would take a long time to put things into words. So I'm just here, I'm trying, I, I'm blessing these videos that they find the people that are meant to hear these, that are meant to follow. And even if the information right now seems a little bland and disorganized, it's only going to get better because I'm dedicated to the practice, and practice makes people better. So if it calls you, resonates with you, even in this least little bit, make sure you like for the algorithms. Comment below how you're feeling about it. And if you're interested in future lessons, make sure you subscribe. Not to receive every video, but to receive the right videos that are made for you at the time that you need them. These videos are timeless, right? It's not imperative to like, this is only happening this day. Although right now is a really cool full moon. So, that's kind of important energy wise. There's a lot going energy wise on this planet, and it's only going to go up. It's only going to get better. And yeah, it's a new way of being. It's a new way of being. When it comes to way of being, I've been speaking of duality a lot, how even in the sense of positive thinking, you can still add in layers and layers of, is it good? Is it bad? Is it good? Is it bad? Like fractals, right? Like you can keep layering the spectrum as much as you want. And the more I think about it, I wonder if that's like why we have two eyes. If we didn't have the two eyes, would this be a realm of duality? And maybe that's why we have our third eye, so that once we start learning to see with our third eye, the illusion of duality can dissipate just a little bit. It is still Earth, it is still this weird projection. And Earth is very shape-shiftable and malleable as well. I feel like this, as you start into your spiritual journey, a lot of people try to say like, oh, you have this 3D realm and you have the 5D realm, and you got to like level up between the two, but they're actually interconnected, and the 3D is literally shifting to be more 5D, if that makes sense. It probably doesn't. Um, so that's this video so far. The duality. What am I even supposed to call this video? The duality of reality, the fractalness of good and evil, the war against presence and distraction. Where'd that even come from? That really hasn't even been a subject. Presence and distraction. If this world is a projection, that means that your presence and intention is what is creating your reality. And if you're not conscious of what you're creating, then your subconscious and all your distractions are going to create your world. I'm not sure if how much, what's, there's this thing that's a really great practice if you want to test where your mindset is and how scattered your thoughts are. If you have some free time, I highly encourage in self pleasure, and not the type that you're probably used to, not the quick wang bang get it done, not the pull up videos and fantasize, that take the time with yourself. Visualize yourself on a date with yourself. What is it that you want? What is it that you desire? What makes you quiver and what makes you cringe? Then notice, how many times is your brain and your thoughts drifting elsewhere? And then every time you notice those thoughts drifting elsewhere, obviously bring it back to the moment, but pay attention to like, what are those thoughts that are interrupting a time that is supposed to be a time that you deserve with yourself? because you deserve to feel good. You deserve pleasure. You deserve to just know those things about yourself. And also, if you can't bring yourself into presence during the time when presence is probably the most key, because that energy is the energy of creation. So it's very important that it's done intentionally and with attention. But if you haven't trained your attention to come into the presence like that, you're going to see your brain flitter around with different thoughts. And that's where you want to pay attention. It's an excellent, excellent practice for presence. I highly recommend it. And not to say, but also, like, there's parts where that's a sin and people want to like retain that creative energy. So again, we have the fractalism duality of, is it good or is it bad? And some people like to just do the edging aspect. So if that's where you stand on your spiritual journey, obviously you understand the mindfulness and intentionality of the practice. And that's beautiful. Congratulations. Okay, well, I'm going to end that there. At this point, I don't even really remember how I started this video. I remember I've been up since 4 a.m. I've had so many downloads. It's been wonderful. My one cat notified me of the moon setting at a beautiful time. It's always beautiful the most when it's closest to the cliffs, because you get the the concept of size and space. And then my other cat notified me when the sun was rising. So that was wonderful. And I got to sit there and sun gaze and do some yoga, open up the fascia for the day. It's been a beautiful morning. And I've had a lot of downloads coming through. I wasn't sure which direction this video was going to take. I'm still not sure what direction it took. So, my name's Deb. I like to share my human experience. Enjoy your human experience. That's what it's here for. Like the video, comment below, subscribe for more, all the usual. Most of all, have a wonderful day. Remember, you are the creator. Your consciousness matters. Your intentionality matters. Where your attention goes, energy flows. The internet is great for motivational quotes, and there are literally no excuses in this day and age to feel miserable or not be able to find the resources that you need. It might take time, it might take patience, but definitely just don't give up. Have the resilience. Keep going, keep searching. If God hasn't taken you out yet, then it's not your time, so you might as well keep on going. Cheers.